Song Contest. This is Pete at University. So this is going to be the semi-final 2 rapid review. I'm going to look at all 16 songs and give a 20-second opinion on each song. But before we do that, what a week it has been. It's not even contest week yet, and it is so exciting in Liverpool at the moment. I was at Stanley Park on Monday to see the Latvian entry Southern Lights play their song live and a few other songs, and they did really well live. They were so good. It was absolutely amazing. The Eurovillage opens tomorrow. The Lush Lounge has been open for a few days. I went up there very briefly this afternoon for about 10, 15 minutes or so, managed to catch a bit of the Georgian entry. But what a great thing going on up there on the third floor of Lush in Liverpool. The city is going mad for Eurovision. Yeah, it's what a week. And there's still things going on at Camp and Furnace tomorrow, and the Eurovillage opens. And I think I've already said the Eurovillage opens, but in case you missed it, the Eurovillage is opening tomorrow. I'm a bit hyper and a bit manic, and I've got to go and vote in a local election later, which means there's election results later, which means I get to watch even more voting. And then obviously there's a man getting a crown later on in the week, and then we can crack on with the proper events, which is the Eurovision events later on in the week. Right, enough wittering. Let's get on with the semi-finals. 16 songs, only 10 will qualify, 6 will be eliminated. We'll go through them all one by one. I've got 20 seconds to talk about them as much as I can. Once again, we'll be using the data from the Euro jury votes and the OGAE votes to try and help my decisions, but let's get on with it. Well, song number 1 is getting off to an absolutely cracking start in this semi-final. I think the Danish entry is really, really good. I think it is a very memorable song. It's got a really memorable hook. Bam is a really, it's been stuck in my head since it won the Melody Grand Prix. It's going to go through, I think. I'd be really surprised if it didn't. And he's been doing really, really well in rehearsal. So good luck to him. Armenia, I think it's a song of two halves. I really like the first half. I think it's a really charming thing. I think the chorus is quite memorable. The be good, be good, be good. The second half just doesn't quite do it for me so much. It is doing. It came 17th in the Euro jury. I'm going to stick my neck on the line and say that this one is going to qualify. Number 2 Death Slot, it does not exist. It's going through. Romania reminds me so much of "It's a New Dawn, It's a New Light, It's got that sort of feel to it, and he sings it really well. It's just not quite landing. I believe the final is not going to be quite so erotically charged as the national final in terms of the backing dancers, but even so, I think Romania are going to struggle. Estonia have got another song with another infectious chorus. And this is the sort of classic Eurovision ballad that we don't get in the contest quite so much. So it stands out in that respect. But does it stand out enough? That's my big concern for it. She sings it very, very well. It is 23rd in the Eurovote. It's 19th for GE. I'm not sure. Now, I have a tiny bit of bias towards Gustav because I've met him in Liverpool and I've interviewed him, and he is just such a really nice guy. But putting that to one side, obviously, he was the surprise winner of Eurosong. And the more people have listened to the song, the more people have got behind it as that sort of excellent example of a 90s anthem. It's doing well in both the OGA and the Euro charts. I think it's going to go through, and it's going to do very well in the final as well. Well, what a cracking voice on the Cyprus entry, and the acoustic version that he does is really good as well. This is probably the male ballad of the contest, and I think he does it very well. It is 16th in the OGE poll, it's 9th in the Euro jury. It's going to get votes from Greece as well. I think this one's going to qualify. And again, what another cracking voice in the national final. But this is one of those songs that a lot of people have said is it's nice, but it's just not one of those ones that you pick up the phone for. And it's smack bang in the middle of the draw, surrounded by loads of other decent songs. It is 32nd in the Euro jury and not doing that much better in the OGE. I'm not sure about this one, I'm afraid. Now, I was not a big fan of this song when I first reviewed it, but what a voice. And he's only 16, and I believe he had a hand in writing the song as well. I mean, I think all those are good factors for him qualifying. If he puts out a good vocal performance, the song doesn't do it for me, but I think people do like it. And yeah, I think it could get through. Well, it's fair to say that the Polish entry has divided a lot of people. I've said it before. I think it's quite a decent sort of summer tune. It's something I'd listen to on a summer day. But it's I don't know. It depends what the stage show is. It's not doing too well in either of the OJ or jury votes, so I'll hold out on this one. Now I like this a lot. There's a lot of bands at the contest this year. I think this is another good example of a really good band. They've got a really fun, up-tempo song. I think they perform it really well. I loved how they presented the song when it first came out. I am rooting for this one. I really, 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 I'm filling the time. Really do hope that this one qualifies. Georgia have sent a really big song and it's really well performed. And I really enjoyed watching it in the Lush Lounge this afternoon, or what I could see behind the guy who just had to stand right in front of me. But that's another story. Not doing quite so well in the OGAE poll or in the Eurojury polls. There's memorable elements to this song, and I think it could do okay. Oh, San Marino. Look, musically, I think this is a really good song. It's like U2 in their sort of mid-80s heyday, and I like listening to it. But it's a song that goes nowhere after about a minute and a half, and those lyrics are still just a bit too problematic for me. And no, I don't think this is the one. Well, what can you say about Austria? I mean, they are clearly going to qualify. It would take an absolute disaster for them to not qualify. The girl singing it can sing incredibly well, and it's a well performed song. I think we all thought this was a bit of a joke when it first came out, given the title, but there's quite a serious message to this song. Fifth in the OGE poll, 11th in the Euro jury. It's going through. It may even win the semi. There's some interesting elements to the Albanian entry, but this is nothing that we haven't heard before from Albania. Big opening note, typical string musicality throughout. Um, I, I don't really know what to say. But the shame is that the jury winner of the festival was probably a better song, and I'm not sure this is the one. Quite an understated little song from Lithuania, and Monica can sing incredibly well. And actually, that chorus, that is actually quite a sort of memorable little hook. I just wonder, is it going to get swallowed up by all the other songs around it, particularly when you know what's coming next in the running order? Not so sure about this one. I mean, Australia, what a way to end the show. I think this is an outstanding song. It's one of those ones that's really grown on me since my original review a few weeks back. It's got so many just fantastic elements to it. It's going to put on a really big show. The guys, Voyager, have got incredibly popular in the last few weeks. They're going to go through. So there you have it. That is my review of the 16 songs in the second semi-final of this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. It's because my webcam froze and it threw me off balance, because that's the sort of professional that I am when I'm doing this. I think there's maybe three songs I can definitely say I don't think are going to qualify, and I think there's maybe three or four that I think are absolutely going to qualify, and everything else is always up for grabs. And there's going to be songs that I don't like that much that are going to qualify, and there's songs that I am rooting for that are probably just going to narrowly miss out. Let's see what happens next week. This has been it's been fun for me. Tomorrow, what am I doing tomorrow? I am off to the meet and greet with the OGAE at the Camp in Furness, and then I'm going to try and get to Lush to see the Portugal entry, and then I believe the Busker for Malta are playing at the Cabin in the evening. And I'm desperately going to try and get to that. And for anyone who's watching, all 122 subscribers of you, hopefully I'll see some of you around in the next few days. If not, if you like what I say, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you don't like what I say, don't forget to put a thumbs down and comment and tell me what a terrible opinion I give. But don't forget to share and subscribe anyway, because God knows I desperately need the subscribers. In the meantime, I hope to see some or many of you over the course of the next 9 days. I am so excited. I'm sure you guys are as well. So in the meantime, this is Pete from Eurovision, direct from Liverpool, the home of the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest, saying I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.